So obviously that ring is to attract your attention towards the board, and then you look up at the board and you find that you are being called. So you open the door of your interviewing officer's office, take a step in, wish him, good morning sir, good afternoon sir, good evening sir, depending on the time of the day, or and you can also say Jai Hind sir, that is also okay, right? You need to wish, right? And then, as I described to you yesterday, you will be made to sit in your chair, right? Thereafter, your interviewing officer is now aware of your state of mind. तुम्हारे दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, he is aware. अभी तुम्हारे दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, now just imagine the level of tension is the highest when you have just been called in and you are made to sit in the chair. This is the time so many things are going through your mind and you are trying to revise, you are aware what questions you are likely to be asked. So you are revising, those questions and your responses about those questions. But that revision in your mind is not, in an orderly fashion. You think of some question, you think of its answer, and before you revise that answer, next question has already crossed your mind. So your mind is in a state of turmoil. Turmoil समझ रहे हो ना? दिमाग में उथल पुथल मचा हुआ होता है जब हॉट सीट पे आके बैठते हैं. Understood? So your interviewing officer is aware of your state of mind, and therefore first couple of minutes he will try and calm you down. तुम्हारा माइंड को थोड़ा शांत करेगा. कैसे करेगा? He'll ask you some friendly questions which are not linked with your interview. Like Deepak, oh, we'll say, all right, Deepak, oh, I see, Deepak, you are from military school, Dholpur. All right, okay. So you can tell me something about Dholpur. Tell me how was your, that 6 years that you spent in military school, Dholpur. What are your good memories of your school days? And things like that. He'll ask, he'll say, all right, okay. How was your journey? Were you comfortable? Did you have reservation? Did you come by air or you came by train? These simple questions he'll ask you. And then as a candidate you will say, अरे यार इंटरव्यू ऑफिसर तो ठीक ही लग रहा है, ठीक है, अच्छे से बात कर रहा है, and you feel little assured and you become little more comfortable in your chair, right? So after about 3 to 4 minutes of this kind of an exchange, when the interviewing officer realizes that the candidate is now reasonably comfortable, then he will start your interview. सबको समझ में आया? To be prepared for all this and don't have great amount of tension in your mind. Okay, so we start, right? We will not go into these formalities. I understand Deepak is an old hand. He has been through his SSB 4 times earlier, and so he has already gone through all this. He has experienced all this earlier. We start with Deepak's entry, and now you are going for which entry?
Sir, right now it is SSC non-technical.
SSC non-tech. All right. So you are basically for OTA.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine. So Deepak, I would like you to tell me about your academic performance starting from class 10th onwards, right? Please tell me the percentage of marks you scored in various examinations, subjects you opted for after your class 10, and thereafter, having done your class 12, what all subjects you opted for and why. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, you are sitting before me to get recommended for this OTA SSB. But tell me, in case you are not recommended, in that case, what are your alternative career options?
Yes.
Right? Thereafter, you can tell me about your participation in games, sports, extracurricular activities. You are from military school Dholpur, so I'm sure you would have had a lot of opportunities to take part in games and sports activities. Let me know about all your games and sports activities. right? Then talk about your friends who all have been your close friends. Let me know their names. And how did you spend your time when you are in the company of your friends, right? Thereafter, talk about your teachers. Teachers whom you respected, whom you remember, and with whom you still maintain your contacts, right? So, who are those teachers and who gave? And you may also come across certain teachers for some reasons you didn't like them. So, who are the teachers you didn't like? And give me the reasons for your likes and dislikes of your teachers. Right, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
So, now you may start.
Sir, starting from academics from class 10th, I scored 92 when I was in class 10th. Then in class 11th, I scored somewhere around 61 to 62%. Then in class 12th, I scored 77%. And after 10th, I have taken PCM, physics, chemistry, maths, because these were the only options available. Since our school was a feeder institute for NDA, and in NDA we required to have good, to clear the examination, we have to be good in mathematics. So for that, then I decided to pursue BSc in the physics, chemistry, maths from Himalayan Garhwal University. There I scored 61 percentile in first year, 66 in second year, and 68 in third year. So overall, it was 65 percentile percentage. So, sir, there are certain examinations for which I have appeared. For I have appeared for 5 ND attempts, which I was unfortunately not able to clear 3 of them. I was able to clear last 2. Then I have also appeared for JE examination, in which my percentile was 69 percentile. In which in maths I got 94 percentile, somewhere around 52, 53 in physics, and 29 in chemistry. I was quite weak in chemistry. Apart from that, sir, I appeared for CDS last September attempt that I have cleared, but I was not eligible for the interview because academic years in our college are late. So since 1st of July, we need to have submit the report. So because of that reason, I was not able to join the interview. Then I cleared CDS in my first attempt, second attempt as well. That was this April attempt, which SSB I am appearing. Then I have cleared FCAT, so its SSB is on 2nd of December. Apart from that, sir, my participation in co-curricular and sports activities. So, sir, I have been decent in academics, above average in sports, and good in co-curricular activities. So, in my school, cross country and boxing have been the tradition of our house. So, I was good in these events. I have also played a plethora of sports. I was jack of all these sports in my school, from volleyball, boxing, cross country, tennis, table tennis, billiards, whatever games I could get my hands on, I played. Table tennis and lot more. Then right now I'm playing volleyball at my personal capacity. In my college, I haven't taken active part in sports activities because half of my college was in a lockdown, and I was engaged into other activities. I was acquiring certain soft skills when I was in college, like video editing, learning animation. I was doing some freelancing as well. So these sort of things. And co-curricular activities in my college, sir, I've been master of ceremony in 2023 for Republic Day, and I have recited a poetry during Teachers Day, 5th of September last year. So these are my college events. Apart from that, sir, the teachers that I like and do not like that much. So, sir, it is a very kind of tricky question, sir. I almost like every teacher that I have ever worked. But given a choice, sir, then Colonel Nilesh Ingle, he was our principal when I was in class 9th. So he was a personality. I feel that I am quite inspired by him, as as he was the person who used to do things by going beyond his jurisdiction. For example, sir, he was very innovative about many things. Like there is a government scheme now that by 2025 all government buildings will be having solar solar plates. But he made our school self sufficient in energy back in 2018 19. So he was a very visionary person. He resolved that problem. Then certain initiatives taken by him were really great. Like after we used to have a different prep time, academics time. So he introduced that academics time, which used to be a recreational time from after our dinner to 10:30. So that has given some really remarkable results, because that year the class 10th district topper was from our school. We have NDA AIR1 cadet Sparsh Kankane. He achieved NDA AIR1. So these things he gave, and academic excellence has grown during that time. Apart from that, sir, he has done some really chivalrous thing in our school. Like there were some workers that used to come.
So I know
Yes, sir.
he had good vision about what he need to do for your school. And so where is he now? He's retired.
Yes, sir. I'm not aware of it, sir. He got his posting.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I understand you are impressed by him and inspired by him. All right, okay. What's left? What else you are required to
Yes,
tell
sir.
me?
Then the teacher I do not like that much. Sir, I'm not the kind to hold grudge against anyone. If I do not like someone, I. Uh, but sir, recently I have done some part-time job. I went and taught in some coachings. So there was this institute which prepares students for military schools. So I went there and taught English there. So there, sir, there were certain teachers who used to. There were little kids, sir, 10 to 12 years old, and I think one should not beat them. One has to be specially cruel to get his hands on such young children.
All
So
right, okay.
I do not
So that
agree.
is your observation when you are giving tuitions or preparing children for admission to Sainik school, military school.
Yes, sir.
So that is your experience of other. But did you, when you were going through your education, did you come across any teacher who whom you disliked?
That answer then when I was a kid, when I was then our Hindi and Sanskrit teacher. So I won't say I didn't like them. I would say I was rather afraid of them, because they used to beat rather badly. But it do not make a difference, because actually we are already going through uh, a tough training time. So calm seas never make good sailors, sir. So he helped us. He beat us, but he helped us improve. So we can rather face more difficulties in life. So that's
Okay. Anything left?
uh, so these things I'm able to speak, sir. Not much left.
All right, okay. Now you're not spoken about your friends. You're not told me about your alternative career options, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'll also advise you, you've written so many things in your PIQ form about your extracurricular activities. And you only mentioned about one odd thing that I was there in poetry recitation.
Yes, sir.
What about other activities? You mentioned number of them. You've taken part in dramatics.
Yes, sir.
You also, have taken part in a debate competition.
Yes,
तो
sir.
तूने बताया नहीं. So you remember what all you have written in the PIQ form and make it a point to speak here
Yes, sir.
about all those activities. Right? Okay. So I'll give you a chance to speak about what you have not spoken as yet.
Yes, sir. So, sir, beginning from my co-curricular activities, sir, I was quite decent in co-curricular activities and stage activities. I've taken part in almost every stage activity that ever happened in our school, starting from English and Hindi poetry, sir. So, there was a huge poetry log by Ramdhari Singh Dinkarji, that is Rashmi Rati. It is about Karna. So I have gone through it thoroughly, and I have I have recited its first sarga. In one competition, I got first prize. Then its second sarga, I recited it in our school as well and in our college as well during. So then I got first prize. Then English debate, sir. I represented my school in pentacular meet that we used to have. So I haven't got any prize into that, sir. But it was in 2019, and the topic was abrogation of Article 370. So at that time, uh, that was it. So then, apart from that, sir, Hindi declamation I have recited. It is about Gita's Gita ka sar, it was till third sarg. So in that I have spoken about Karma Yoga, Karma Phal Tyag Yoga, Brahma Vidya, Sankhya Yoga. So in which Lord Krishna actually guides Arjun about that he has to overcome his personal feelings and take a part in youth. So that was it, sir. And English drama, sir, I have participated. I have played the role of Mash Marrow. That was an English comedy drama. It was written by D.M. Larson. So I also got the best actor for it.
Which class
Then,
was that?
sir, I was in class 11th.
Class 10.
In class 12th, I haven't participated because of the lockdown, sir. So lockdown was for 2 years. Uh, so that is why I lagged in that thing. Then then sketching, sir. In 2015 that there was CFF Cherry Crystal Foundation. So it was a NGO and it was also sponsored by Himachal Pradesh government. So I got a certificate by it.
So that was in your college?
No, sir, it was in my school.
School?
Yes, sir. Since then, I'm naturally good at drawing and sketching, sir. I haven't taken part in many competition, but whenever I take part, even without preparation, I have been naturally good into that thing. So I always bag prizes into it. So these are my certain co-curricular achievements. Then in sports, sir, I have represented my school in football. I was center back, and apart from that, sir, uh, I have also represented my house in boxing. I bagged silver. I was not able to qualify for the inter-school competition. I was defeated by one of my classmates. He was understudy sports captain, sir. So that was it. He has now cleared his FCAT. And these are my certain sports achievements. Then apart from that, sir, my friends. So, sir, my best friend is Hridesh Mishra. Right now, he was my buddy in my school, and yet also we just talk on weekends, and we are still in contact. So he's my best friend. He's doing his BTech. He's also recommended, but medical out from Navy Tech. Then, sir, Sachin and Amit, they are my classmates, and we have went to college together. They are from my school only. And there was another friend of mine, sir. He is in NDA right now. He also went to college with us, but he got recommended and he joined NDA. So these are my friend circle. Right now, the friend circle I have joined a library in which I go for preparation. So I made certain friends out there, sir. Vivek is one of them. So he is also preparing for CAT, Admission Test.
Oh, Hitesh.
Vivek,
Vivek.
yes, sir. And then I have certain other friends, sir, with whom I play volleyball regularly. So this is basically my friend circle. And apart from,
So you could make friends there in your college there in Himachal? You were in a boarding school that time? Or you were a boarder that time?
yes, sir. Sir, these are my best friends that I'm talking about. Otherwise, I'm very social, sir. I'm always around people. I just get indulged with them and always do activities. There also, I used to play volleyball, and uh, when I was master of ceremony, I got to interact with a lot of people, and I was in good terms. But the one who are really intimate to me, really close to me, are this selected few.
All right. So, if not defense, then what is the alternative career option?
Sir, Army is obviously my first choice, for which I'm clearing interviews. If not defense, sir, then there are CAPF assistant commandant, Coast Guard assistant commandant. These jobs I am seeking. And if not that as well, sir, then I am thinking of a CAT common admission test that is going to held in 22nd of November. So my preparation for that are in full swing. I don't want to, but I will have to do MBA if I'm not able to join
So
army.
you'll appear for CAT.
Yes, sir.
Have you done anything about CAPF or Coast Guard? They being
Sir, I
your
have appeared in this recent exam that has happened, but I was not able to clear it, sir.
which one?
But sir, this
CAPF or Coast Guard?
CAPF assistant
CAPF.
command. So I got a knowledge of that toughness of paper and realize that what all preparations I actually require for that. Next year, sir, I'm quite sure that I would be able to crack it.
All right, okay. So that's it, Deepak. So generally now, you answered the questions that I asked you. Now we will go into some of the details that you have shared with me. Now, looking at your percentage, you had good percentage in your class 10th, you had 92%. Then your percentage declined in class 12, 77. And when you came to your graduation, BSc, it came down to just about 65 or so. So, what is the reason why your percentage is declining, with successive classes?
Well, sir, first my class 12th decline in percentage, sir. So actually that year we haven't had our board exams. In 2021, we were directly passed because of Corona. So the marks which were actually allotted to us were on the criteria of class 10th marks plus class 11th marks and whatsoever we have done in class 12th pre-board tests. So by combining them, we are able to get. So in class 12, class 11, sir, actually I made a mistake. That was, sir, I have overly indulged myself into co-curricular and sports activity. I was understudy house captain and CCA captain. So I led my house into all these sports events that happened in our school. And but it
So, what are the
was,
percentage in class 11th you said?
sir, 61, 62.
So that brought down your percentage
Yes,
because you didn't have your board exam. So in working out your percentage for class 12,
yes, sir.
they would have taken into account your performance in class 11th also.
Yes, sir. But sir,
All
that
right.
was a mistake by me because academics, because my class 12th lack of my foundation into basic subject, and that has costed me dearly in my ND attempts. If I have shown more far-sightedness or I have a better time management skills, and I have paid some retained at least consistent academic curriculum, then I would have been in NDA right now.
Yeah, I believe so. All right. Okay. So that is about that. What happened in your graduation?
Sir, in graduation, sir, one reason that I believe is, sir, that I have set my bar way too low. That is because I, subconsciously I always wanted that 60 se upar rakhna hai so that I would be able to appear for my FCAT. So that is one reason, sir. Second is, sir, I believe right now that I do not have a natural temperament for science. Uh, it was not like that I was not studying for my graduation, but I was also engaged into other activities, sir. I was acquiring certain other skills. Then till 2023, my SSBs were there. So I was trying to get through if somehow I'm able to join OTA or NDA. So these things were also there.
So what do you say? You realized in your graduation that you actually lack temperament for science. What made you realize that? Why do you tell me this?
Sir, uh, actually, I already knew that I do not have a natural. I am more of an arts kind of guy, but somewhere I was adamant because I used to work really hard and able to overcome the subjects that I ever had. So with that mindset, I thought that I would be able to do good in BSc as well. But sir, if we are actually good at something, then we just try to relate with that. For example, if I had natural interest in science, then I would obviously try to relate in normal day-to-day practical life. But that I never did. I used to just mug up before the exams. I used to do previous year question paper and appear for the exam. So that because of that, I think,
And what make you realize that you have better aptitude for arts?
sir, for example, maths. I'm not able to solve maths if I do not wake up at 5 to 7 when my mind is at my best. Then only I just can study maths. But sir, there are certain other things like I read books. Like one of book I read is *Sapiens*. So it was about human history. So that I was able to read anywhere, even in train or anywhere else, and I can get a grasp of it. But I'm not able to do it with maths. So I have to be at pure concentration whenever I study that subject.
All right, okay, fine. Right, so that's it. Now you mentioned about your sports activities, and in that you mentioned you're good in cross country.
Yes, sir.
Football, you represented your school in football. You said you were fullback in football.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what was your best performance in cross country?
Sir, my best performance was in class 10, sir. I was able to achieve the 21st position, sir. I
20,
was,
21st.
yes, sir.
So seniors would have been made to run separately and juniors
Yes,
separate.
sir.
So how many of you were running, and from which
Sir,
class was the senior group?
sir, 300 people were there in seniors. So among them, I was 21. So it is not that great of an achievement, sir, but that was the best I was able to do.
All right, okay. 21 out of 300 is not bad. And you mentioned about inter-school football. So that was your pentacular or?
It's a pentacular.
All right, okay. All right. So that is that. And you played football, you had taken part in boxing, but you could not get selected for your school team in boxing. What was the weight in which you had participated
So
in boxing?
53, 55 was the last time I fought. But before that, I also fought in 49, 48, 50. And yes, sir, that was
So what do you call this weight? 53 to 55. उसका नाम क्या है?
lightweight
This weight
category.
category. Hmm?
Lightweight category, sir, if I'm not wrong.
So what is flyweight?
Uh, Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
So you should know now you have taken part in boxing. So you should remember or try and find out that you have taken part in this weight category 53 to 55, and in earlier classes 49 to 51 or whatever. Find the actual name for your weights. Right? Okay, you should know. All right. Okay. Now you have taken part in English debate about Article 370. You
Yes,
mentioned to
sir.
me. So you spoke for or against removal of Article 370.
Sir, I spoke against the removal of Article 370.
So you felt or you spoke that you are against removal of Article 370.
Yes, sir.
What arguments did you put forward in support of your being against?
Uh, Sir, actually, I was given the script. Actually, from my heart, I was in support of the article, but for the sake of debate, I was against it. So my arguments first was, sir, that Kashmir was doing decent into various other uh, horizons.
Just give me two major arguments against removal of Article 370.
Yes, sir. Major arguments were that, sir. First is, sir, Kashmir was not exceptionally performing very well, very bad into certain criteria. Like things were happening there. Like in literacy, Kashmir was way ahead of Bihar and UP. Then uh, in what should we say, that income index, Kashmir was doing well. So there was not an absolute need for the abrogation of Article 370. And second is, sir, if there was that legislative assembly which has been dissolved. So since there was no legislative assembly, so it is in one way a direct violation of constitution. I do not believe so, sir, but it was a violation of since the legislative assembly was dissolved and there was no further rules for that. So the ruling party can just directly cannot come up and say that if that is not there, so we will pass it from the.
So, as per you, constitutionally, how the ruling party should have proceeded if they were to eliminate Article 370? What should be the right course of constitutional action?
Uh, Sir, my belief is that, sir, that the I believe that, sir, they have done right.
That's okay. But now, for the argument's sake,
Yes.
hmm,
Sir, I believe that the local leadership of Kashmir, they has to be involved into the decision making because they were the direct voice of the people of Kashmir living there. So they were house arrested. So some way the things have not worked at international platforms. Also, this was an argument that was made that local
all right,
leadership was
okay.
arrested.
All right, okay. See, now this is something that should have been passed through the parliament with two-third majority. If because that was some kind of a status that was given to them back in early 50s.
Yes, sir.
So it should have been moved through the parliament and through Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha with two-third majority, and that is the way probably government should have proceeded. All right, okay. So you should know, not that the local leaders were put behind the bars, or they were put, or they were under house custody and things like that. All right, okay. So that is about your debate, and okay. You told me about your friends, huh? Mishra, your best friend, he is doing BTech,
Yes, sir.
and he failed to make it for NDA because he was found medically unfit.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned other friends also, Sachin and Amit. So, are you in touch with your friends now?
Yes, sir. I'm in contact with
How often do you speak with them?
sir Hriday. With Hriday, sir, it is very often, and uh, Aman, sir, I've talked once. We have a group video call. So, sir, he is planning to pursue his masters in international relation. He is planning to,
Aman or Amit?
sir, sir,
Who is
about
the friend? Because I thought you told me Amit,
yes, sir,
Sachin and Amit.
yes, sir,
तो
yes, sir.
अमन कैसे हो गया?
Sir, he was in video call, so sir,
हाँ?
he was also there. So we talk. When we talk, when I talk with my friends, so sir, generally there are a lot of people come in. So sir, about Amit sir, he is planning to.
No, you cannot have a mix-up. In the names of your close friends, right? You named only three close friends,
Yes, sir.
right? And now you are mixing up with, whether it was Amit or Aman. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए ना. Close friends तो they are much close to your heart.
Yes, sir.
So there is no reason for you to mix up in their names, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. Hmm. So are you actually in touch with your friends now?
Yes, sir. I'm actually in touch, but the last time when I talked, it was Aman. So I I told about. He is also close to me, sir.
Which was that last time?
Sir,
Which was that last time?
sir. Uh,
We are having an interview for the first time.
yes, sir.
Hmm. Last time कहाँ था?
Sir, last time I'm not able to mention his name, sir, but he is also close to me.
Okay. So so Aman also was one of the close friends. That is what you're trying to tell me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, fine. Right. So tell me couple of things your friends they liked about you, and few things where you were advised by your friends to make some change in yourself.
Sir, the things my friends like about it, like about me is that, sir, my yes we can attitude, sir. I never deny for anything. If they just come up, let's go for sports, let's go for movie or anything. So I'm always up for it. I'm not the one who just kill the buzz. So that is the thing they like about me. I'm always ready, kind of person. Then second is, sir, I'm very easy to talk to, sir. I mean, anyone can just come up and talk to me. I'm uh, not hard to approach. So that is also one thing they like about me. And then third is, sir, I am always improving and doing some new things. So that my
Like
that
what?
uh, like I read books, sir. So if I get any knowledge, so I just bore my friends with what I've learned from it. Uh, so whether they want it or not, I just impart that knowledge whatsoever I have attained it. So that is one thing, sir. Then some technical aspects that I've learned when I have done freelancing and earned money from it. Then I also shared that you guys can also do it. It's a good thing. You can earn money and we can just enjoy together. So that is one thing. So, and I'm always eager in planning some activities, sir, like that we will go to, when I was in college, sir, so we used to plan that we'll go to Lansdowne, we will watch movie, we'll do biking, things like that. Let's go for trekking, or let's have a bath in that water streams and things like that. So these are the things my friends like about me. Then there are certain things that I believe I should improve is, first is, sir, I do not very much reveal uh, how much uh, hard work I'm doing into my things. For example, if I prepared well for my exam and a day before exam, my friend calls me that कि भाई डर लग रहा है कुछ नहीं होगा. Then I will, yeah, I have not also studied anything. Don't worry, things like that. But then I go up and clear the exam. So I even myself don't know, sir, why I do that. But it's, I think it's a habit that I should not keep them delusional. So that's the thing they hate about me.
Hmm. Any other thing
Any other
friends
thing?
advise you to change?
Uh, Sir, since I had my upbringing in a boys' hostel, so believe I am immune to a lot of insults and things like that.
Say again.
I'm immune to insults, sir. That
Immune to insults.
yes, sir. Somebody cannot just come up and demean me or demoralize me directly. In a boys' group, that happens. Uh,
इम्यून टू इंसल्ट्स का मतलब तुमको कोई गाली भी देगा तो यू आर नॉट
no,
इम्पेक्टेड,
sir.
यू आर
I'm
नॉट।
able to come up with a better reply. So I'm not the one. I'm the one smiling at the last. So that is the thing. So I believe. So sometimes I believe that I go harsh over my friends uh, for about basic talks. So I should be more sensitive. That's one thing I believe.
So how do you react when somebody, you know, speak in an insulting tone, or he's being harsh with you?
Sir, that time my normal course of action is, sir, being calm and sarcastic, sir. That's if someone is uh, I have done boxing, sir, so I am not that much cautious of getting into brawl. But one best thing about boxing is, sir, we can take punch without. I'm not saying I'm sort of a fighter, sir, but I believe that yeah, I can maintain my calm into these sort of situations.
All right, okay, fine, right. So that is that. And can you tell me some of your school, ex school, who have risen up
Sir,
in services and also in civil life?
yes,
Name
sir.
some of them.
Uh, some ex school, sir. First, the one who have done recently well is, sir. Then Cadet Sparsh Kankane. No, sir. He is Flying Officer Sparsh Kankane. He has recently become best in air combat.
He's become.
Best in air combat, sir. He is a fighter pilot. Then, sir, Lieutenant Praveen Singh. This year April batch, sir. He was Sword of Honor. So then my own classmate, sir. He is Battalion Cadet Captain in NDA. So these are the people who really inspire me, that I've grown up with them and they are doing so well.
And your
Some,
school is quite an old school.
yes, sir.
So do you remember some of the senior officers your school has produced
Yes.
in the services, Army, Navy, Air Force,
Senior officers, sir.
and also in civil?
Sir, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, sir. He's from RMS Ajmer.
Okay.
Then Dr. S. Jaishankar, Foreign Affairs Minister, sir. He's also from RMS Bangalore. So I often brag to other schools that these two people are doing so well for the foreign policy of India.
But they are not from military school Dholpur. One is
Are
from Ajmer, another is from Bangalore.
Sir Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, sir. He's a member. He is a
Okay, so he has become a prominent politician, but he had a background. His father was again a politician, Mulayam Singh Yadav. He is his son. So maybe school didn't contribute him to become the chief minister of UP.
yes,
So
nepotism, sir.
don't you remember some senior officers your school has produced?
Sir, he has just retired, sir. Lieutenant General CP Kariyappa. He was Master General Sustenance. So he has recently retired. So he is one officer that I recall. And sorry, sir, I will search more about.
You should know. All right, okay. Somebody may ask you. You are likely to be asked. Right, okay. All right, okay. Fine, Deepak. So that is about your education and the activities that you go through while going through your education. Now we'll move on to your family. Right, okay.
Yes.
So in family, Deepak, I would like you to tell me about your parents and grandparents if they are there with you, and your siblings. Tell me about their education and occupation. Right? Tell me, how do you like to spend your time when you are at home? Describe me the activities that you are engaged with when you are at your home. Right? Tell me, in your family, whom are you close to? When you have a problem, who is the person you will go to for help or advice? Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you mentioned about freelancing and making some money through freelancing. So tell me exactly what did you do in freelancing and how did you make money and how much money did you make
Yes, sir.
and what do you do with that money?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay.
So, sir, first of my family background, sir. My father is an ex-army personnel. Right now, uh, he's he is in Secretariat, Rajasthan Secretariat in Sainik Seva Vibhag, which is for retired army personnel. And my father is graduate, is retired from army. My mother, sir, she had her primary education. She is homemaker as of now. Uh, but sir, despite her academic background, I believe that she has done a lot so that she has provided us with such a good education. Then my younger sister, sir, she is pursuing her BBA from Kanodia College, Jaipur. She is in second year. Then uh, the time I like to spend with my family, sir, uh, is basically normal Sundays or weekends. We can just sit together and gossip. That is one thing, sir. On festivals, we just clean our house, decorate things. Uh, that is another thing. Then we often go to village to meet our grandparents. They both are live and well. Thanks to
So
God.
where is your village?
Sir,
So grandparents are there.
yes, sir.
So how often do you go and visit them?
Uh, so not much often, once or twice in a year.
Mhm. Does he also come from some defense background or?
Yes, sir. My grandfather is also an ex-army personnel, sir. He was in I do not remember, sir. He was in logistics sort of department. He was not in infantry.
Hmm. Did you have a lecture on army?
Uh,
Here we have lectures on army, navy, air force. Did you attend a lecture on army?
no, sir.
No, but you should know. Grandfather was in army, so he may be in services. As you are saying, he was in logistic services. किसमें थे पता होना चाहिए. All right. Hmm.
Then, so we go to village. That is one thing I do with my family. Then with my sister, especially, sir, it was on her birthday. I, along with her and certain other cousins of mine, we went to watch a movie. Uh, so that is the family time we enjoy. Then there are also certain other houses. My maternal uncle also lives here. My uncle also lives here. So on weekends we often go there and just hang out there uh, with family members. So these are the activities I generally do with my family members. And apart from that, sir, freelancing. So, sir, in 2023, when GPT-4 was free, so I opened up a gig on Fiverr, which was of localization. So I made two gigs. One was of app localization, and other was general localization of books. So, sir, through
Localization of what?
app localization and novel localization, sir. So,
So
I
what exactly did you do in this?
Sir, localization actually means it is literally translation, but into the local terms of that proper place. For example, if someone says Jesus Christ in America, so he would say Hey Ram in India, or he would say Oh Buddha in China. So that is localization onto that term. So there is a book called Shinjuku Tensei. If it is a Japanese set of novels which has never been translated till now. So I have localized it in English for an US client. So for which I got official
But
price was one.
but how do you know you don't know Japanese language? How
Yes,
do you
sir.
translate that?
Sir,
How
I
do
have
you
just
localize it?
sir GPT-4 was online, was free. So I just
Okay, okay. So use that GPT-4. Okay. Hmm.
yes, sir. So that was one book that I have localized. So its actual price was sir $120, but the client Americans habit of giving tips. So he gave me $50 tip, sir. So I was able to make 12,000 in just one single gig. Then I have localized certain other apps. These are, sir, basically in China and Taiwan. So China, simplified Chinese is used, and in Taiwan, traditional Chinese is used. So there are certain Taiwanese companies which make apps which are in traditional Chinese. So they have to localize it into simplified Chinese. So and China do make apps to in traditional Chinese that they have to localize in into traditional Chinese for their customers in Singapore, Taiwan. So I have translated certain Chinese apps, localized those Chinese apps uh, into alternate languages. So, but a total of I made about.
But let's say now, you mentioned about Chinese language in Taiwan. They are still using, the old traditional language.
Yes, sir.
And China, the Chinese language, the Chinese probably are using is little diluted version of that. So it was from, let's say, something like, from Sanskrit to Hindi or something like that.
Uh, the difference between languages are traditional. Uh, Sanskrit and yes, sir, it could because I do not understand both the languages either. It was thanks to Chat GPT I was able to.
Then how do you know your translation or the localization that you've done, whether it is being liked or approved by your client?
Sir, on Fiverr, when we just localize, I make sure that my prompts were right on GPT. That I used to thoroughly write the prompt that, hey GPT, make sure you do proofreading and the app actually works and things like that. So since it is AI, sir, so I had confidence in that, and I was on learning phase, sir. So I just took my risk because there was nothing I could lose.
So how much in total that you earned?
Sir, 30,000.
30,000.
Yes, sir. But then I have to uh, pause my activities because there was CDS exams coming and college exams were coming. So I have made my blunder with academics earlier. So this time I am taking my steps more carefully. So these money that I have actually invested with, sir, 21,000 I bought a display tab for animation. I'm learning, I'm into animation, so I thought whether I'm going into it, then why to be a gamma in the land of llama? I would rather approach it professionally. So I bought a display tab, then I bought a subscription of a software called Clip Studio Paint. So it is a professional software for animation. Then I've taken certain courses, sir. One is to learn Clip Studio Paint by Menu Mercurial. It is a very good course. So it costed me about
So
4,200.
currently you are learning animation.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Fine. So there is that. You told me whom are you close to in your family, and when you have a problem, who is the person you will approach for help or advice?
Sir, in family, I'm close. That's the family, sir. Everybody is close to everyone.
But still, who is the person you will go for when you have to seek some advice?
Uh, it depends on the advice itself, sir. For example, if I need some sports related advice, so my father has been a volleyball player himself. So if I go, sir, go to that, Papa, I'm not able to spike that harder. My spiking strength is not that good. I'm getting cramps and things like that. So he advised me about it. Like, and if I have to do things like that, I'm not able to make good tea or things like that, then I'll seek advice that how shall please guide me to my mother. Then I think I'm closer to my mother, sir, somewhere or another. And my younger sister, sir, uh, she is also very close to me, sir. I adore her. But there are certain advices that I ask from her that what shall I do with my haircut, or shall I do go clean shave or keep beards, or how is my fashion, things like that.
So who advised you on this?
So generally, I like to keep long hairs. Everybody advised me to have a formal haircut, but I like that way.
All right. Okay. Tell me a couple of times, or tell me some incidents where you came for scolding by your parents, and when was that?
Uh, Sir, my parents' recent scolding, sir, as of now that I can remember, is, sir, I work part time in a coaching institute, and I bought some really expensive trekking shoes, sir, 5,500, and expensive trekking trousers, sir, 2,500. But I earned that money, sir. So that I thought. So that was some really,
Then who shouted at you, mother or father?
sir, both along with my sister as well. That according to them, it is not a wise choice of spending money. So that is that was some recent scolding that I got.
But you should have told them that आपसे तो पैसा लिया नहीं है. This is the money that I have earned.
Yes, sir, but my mother has a thing that कि इससे घर का राशन आता महीने का, things like that they say. So they have their own because they do
All right,
not
okay. So
understand.
this is one. And what else?
Recent scolding, sir. Since I'm recently clearing my competitive exams, earlier I didn't used to clear my exams, and I used to do workout and I used to go out for running and used to play games. So my parents are like, all right, you're engaged into sports activities, but at least perform into your cognitive, then only you get a right to do all these activities. So that but now I am quite managing my things quite good, decent.
So generally they are happy. So this purchase of expensive tracksuit was the only time you were scolded for overspending, or there were some other occasions also, when you were scolded for spending more money than required.
Yes, sir. I got approx 30,000 when I did part-time job. I spent it directly onto animation, complete. So I called to my parents that I told them that I have earned this much money. And when I went home and they asked that you have earned that, where has it gone? I spent it. So they think I do not have that much of an intent of uh, spending money decisively. But
Parents should also be with you. They should know that yes, Deepak is acquiring some new skill, and for that he's spending. So unless they are also in picture or they are with you, they'll think, अरे ऐसे पैसे खराब कर रहा है, उड़ा रहा है.
sir, they think I am crazy until the things works out, and when it works out, sir, then they start appreciating me as well. For example, if I think, sir, I have potential into, I know that I can make multiple folds. I would be able to earn multiple folds when I get professional into it. That
Okay,
I don't want to be a professional animator, sir. This is the skill that I believe that I just want to join army, sir. But since I have free time, so I'm going in.
all right, okay, right, fine. So what is the advice you get from your sister? You are much close to her.
Yes, sir.
What is the advice she has for you?
Uh, Sir, one is about how I maintain myself. Skincare, she gives me a lot of advice, sir. I go out and I'm always there in dirt somewhere, playing volleyball or running. So she thinks that I can do well in skincare as well. I always get pimples and things like that. So that is a nice advice, sir. Grooming is a crucial part. And I'm following it, sir. Not to that extent, but it's good advice.
All right. Any other advice apart from taking care of your skin?
Uh, Sir, she thinks that I interfere way too much in her life, so I should uh, have my lines between that. For example, she once decided to buy a pant uh, which are knee cut like that. So I just, with my parents, I said, "You dare buy that? How can you buy that? What's the point of showing are this
All
ankle?"
right. Uh,
So rather, there are you can buy expensive track.
so she thinks that
Yes,
my elder brother Deepak is interfering with what I want to do.
yes.
She was saying कि तो fashion है. You see so many girls, wearing these kind of jeans which are torn from the knee. Let me also have it.
Yes, sir, but I'm not against good clothes, sir. But they should always make sense, sir. For example, if she is going into a good party, then she can wear a nice frock. I do not have any problem with that. But the fashion must make sense as well, sir, according to me.
All right, okay, fine. So this is something that you should resolve with your sister, right? Okay, all right, okay. Now tell me, uh, Deepak, what do you like to do? You like to read some books other than your textbooks?
Yes, sir.
If yes, you mentioned earlier also a couple of books that you have read. So you let me know uh, books that you have read, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then you can also let me know about your favorite programs on the TV. If you like to watch TV, what is it that you like to see on the TV? Right? Also, now that you've been spending a lot of time on your mobile or on your tab, so what do you like to see on your tab or mobile generally? And again, on the average, how much time you dedicate to your tab, right? Okay.
To my sir.
And on your tab or your mobile, and you mentioned about calisthenics. So
Yes,
what
sir.
is this calisthenics?
Yes, sir.
What do you do in calisthenics, right?
So, sir, certain books that I've read recently. Generally, I like to read non-fictional self-help books. Which I've read was, sir, Atomic Habits by James Clear, then Ikigai by Hector Garcia and Francis Mirels, then Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, then Complete Calisthenics. It's a guidebook for calisthenics by Ashley Klein. Then India's Wars and Military History by Air Vice Marshal K. Subramaniam. Then there are three fictional books that I've also read, sir. Karna, the King of Anga. It is by Kevin Misal. Then Radhe by Ranjit Desai. It is also about Karn. So that is one. Then Rashmi Rathi is a fictional book by Ramdhari Singh Dinkarji. Then apart from that, sir, why I am an atheist by Bhagat Singh and certain of his other works that I have read. Right now, sir, I am reading a book, Full Spectrum, which is,
Full spectrum
yes, sir.
by
Sir, it is a continuation to India's Wars and Military History by uh, Air Vice Marshal K. Subramaniam. So, in India's Wars and Military, it was about 1971 war until 1971 wars. So, this book is a sequel to it. So, I recently started it, sir. I will uh, pursue it more prominently. So these are the books I have read, and they have helped me into various things, acquiring good habits, managing times, finding out my strengths and weaknesses, things like that. So these are the books I am actually studying right now. Then apart from my books, one calisthenics question, sir. So calisthenics are advanced body weight exercises. So the book I read, it describes calisthenics as gymnastics is the pinnacle of human fitness, sir. But we remove the dynamic movements from gymnastics, like the somersaults, backflips, and everything, and keep the static movements like planche, muscle ups, and other things like that. Human flag. So this becomes calisthenics.
so
So
calisthenics. When you are training calisthenics, do you need some equipment or it doesn't need any?
I've purchased some equipment, sir. There is a pair of parallels uh, that I used to train myself for. Right now, sir, I have mastered muscle up. That is an advanced calisthenics. Uh, my next target is, sir, handstand. So I'm not able to maintain handstand. So parallels I use for handstand, for practicing handstand. Then there is also a pull-up bar, hybrid pull-up bar, sir, on which I can do pull-ups and dips. So that is an exercise. These are the equipments I have for calisthenics as of now, and I practice calisthenics quite regularly. Uh, every day, I wake up at 5, then 5 to 7 I study for my CAT examination. Then after that, 1.5 hour I do calisthenics before moving on to my next study session. So apart from that, the time I spend on technology, sir. So on my mobile phone, I The movies and web series that I watch, sir, I want to begin with that. So generally, if there is some movies or web series which have done exceptionally well, for example, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, these are some top web series that has ever happened. Breaking Bad is the only web series that has 10 out of 10 rating into certain of its episodes. So I've watched this. Then there was this sequel to Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. So if there are some really exceptional web series that I think,
I'd like to see.
yeah. Then Oppenheimer was a movie that came. I watched that. Then Napoleon was a movie. I also watched that. Apart from that, I'm quite a fan of Prabhas, so I also like watching Prabhas.
Fan of
Prabhas sir, is an
Prabhat. What is that?
Prabhas is an Indian actor. Sir.
Hmm.
Bahubali, the actor of Bahubali.
Okay, South Indian one.
Yes.
Huh? Bahubali. Yeah, there's a. Yeah. Hmm.
So I watch his movies as well. And then the time I spend, uh, apart from, sir, I do not use social media. I have left Instagram when I was preparing for NDA because I thought that I will only use when I get into NDA. But unfortunately, I was not able to make an NDA, so I have left Instagram permanently now. I do
So
spend
you are
some.
not on social media at all?
No, sir. I use WhatsApp. That is it.
WhatsApp is a social media, है ना?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So I'm in WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I have certain friend groups, sir. So groups that we consistently engage with each other. Then I use YouTube, sir. YouTube basically I use to first off to educate myself about various things. For example, I prepared CDS just from YouTube only. I prepared for NDA by YouTube only. Then
Written exam.
yes, sir. Then these things. Then if I have to buy some new technology, or I have to buy learn about certain things, then I do it. Then app localization and things like that, I've learned from YouTube only. Uh, so for these things, I use YouTube. And yes, sir.
All right. Okay. If you talk about current affairs, what current affairs interest you, which you have been reading, which you can share with me?
Current affairs, sir. As of now, Israel has invaded Lebanon, and it is in direct war with Iran. This is one, sir. Mortgage crisis in China. Uh, they are facing high inflation. So that is one.
China is facing high inflation.
Yes, sir. The property prices are going really high because of a company that collapsed, Evergreen.
It's the other way around. There are no takers for property in China.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and inflation in China is very low. You are required to go on 15th October.
Yes, sir.
So, what happens if there is a war between Israel and Iran? What are the implications for India?
Chabar port, we have investments into it, so it should not come in danger, sir. Then uh, oil prices will go up, sir. And if oil prices go up, then automatically the prices of everything will rise. So that is
So, that
second.
is one. Oil prices will go up and that will hurt India.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Then there is Iran, Iran Middle East economic corridor that we are having uh, with Iran. So disruptions to that will cause a damage to India's supply chain, sir.
Hmm. India is planning that. It's not that north south corridor
Yes, sir.
from Chabar port going right up to Russia or Europe. That is not on ground so far. These are in plans.
Yes, sir. So it disrupts the plan of our.
Hmm. Okay. What else?
Uh, there are elections going on in America. Not elections, but elections are about to happen in America.
किसका इलेक्शन हो रहा है अमेरिका में?
Presidential elections. and vice presidential elections as well, sir.
All right, okay. Fine. So that is that. And what are the areas Deepak thinks he needs to improve upon?
Sir, the areas in which I think I can improve upon is, sir, the crucial one is, sir, uh, setting up priorities, sir. Uh, I have always had this bad habit from the start. I always bite more than I can chew. That I will do physical exercises, I will do study, and I will do other activities, pursue my hobbies and things like that. So I make a big mess of everything and consistently fail. So better time management and better priority setup. That is one thing I'm looking up to improve further. I've worked on it, sir. Earlier,
Can you give me some examples where you said you planned something and then you ended up in a mess?
sir, my class 11th is the most basic blunder that I think I have ever done in my life.
Okay, that you already spoken with me earlier.
Yes, sir.
That in class 11th you didn't pay much attention. You were more into games, sports, extracurricular activities.
Yes, sir.
And
Apart
after
from,
that,
sir, since then I've been reading books, and I've read a book to cure that habit of mine, that is Atomic Habits. So after that book has really helped me up to manage multiple things every day. So now I'm good. But sometimes, sir, old habits die hard, sir. I have instincts. For example, recently I've seen a podcast of Brigadier Shekhawat. So he's a para commando. So I feel this urge that leave it. What is the point of waking up and studying? I shall rather go for a 10-kilometer run like these people. They are my
so
role
what is
models.
this podcast from Brigadier Shekhawat? What does he say?
Uh, Sir, it is Colonel Kaushal Kashyap. He has a YouTube retired. He has a YouTube channel, Monks and Warriors, on which he has a podcast with Brigadier Saurabh Singh Shekhawat. He is one of the most decorated officers of Indian Army. So he has just recently retired. So he shared about his experience about. So I've learned from his podcast. I've watched it yesterday only. So he shares about that how basic he has started when he was in OTA. So he was very decent. He used to came in third, fourth enclosure, and yet he able to end up one of the most fit soldiers the army has seen by maintaining consistency into doing things. So even Colonel Kashyap, he was from NDA, and yet Brigadier Shekhawat has managed to be more physically fit, even being from OTA. So that is something inspirational I learned, and the value of consistency, sir. That with consistency we can do it. And he also shared about Sky High. It is his brainchild about promoting skydiving in India. So
All right, we are talking about Deepak
yes,
and not Brigadier Shekhawat. So I asked you, you told me a couple of things about Brigadier Shekhawat. So you would like to have right priorities before you in your planning, and you should improve on your time management. What are the other things that you need to improve upon?
sir, there is no limit to perfection, sir. I'll slowly improve on my speaking skills as well, sir. I do have Rajasthani accent with me many a times.
Your English communication is okay,
Yes, sir.
perfectly fine,
Yes, sir.
and there is no end to improving. Anything.
Yes, sir.
So yes, you can keep improving, but it's not a weak area where you need to work upon.
Yes, sir.
और क्या है?
Uh, Generally, sir, if I find that I am seriously lacking something important, then I do just right away work and improve onto that thing. So I do not think that there is anything uh, that special that I need to work on. There are some basic things in which, yes, sir, I used to be very opinionated about very many things earlier. For example, yoga. So since my school days, I had an image of yoga that people who are actually lazy and want to bunk PT, they engage into yoga. Then I've read a book, Can't Hurt Me, by David Goggins. So then I realized the real importance of yoga, sir. So he is one of the fittest men on the planet, and he has run marathons. He has done world records in pull-ups. And there came a time when He was not even able to run for 2 3 kilometers. His body got so sore and stiff.
Okay,
So he
fine.
did yoga then. So
So one should not be opinionated.
yes, sir.
One should not have an opinion about anything unless you know the subject well. All right, okay. So that's it. What do you feel about your knowledge of current affairs? Do you think this is also an area that requires your attention?
Yes, sir. Current affairs. I think, sir. Yes, sir. I would be reading newspapers. I'll set up my priorities straight, sir. I'll work on my priorities and put newspaper into it.
And is academics is also an area which needs your efforts?
Uh, yes, sir. Academics is an area, but I consider myself, sir, that I have a basic intelligence. But if I just pursue the subject of my interest, then I can manage my and it's not about a lack of intelligence, it's about how I pursue academics. I shall work on more revisions that I neglect genuinely, and it's a way of doing things. So if I
All right,
master that,
okay. All right, Deepak. Now, last almost about an hour, we have been having this interaction with you. It's been very interesting, and you shared lot many things about you and the areas where you need to improve and about your achievements. Is there any question that you'd like to ask me, if there is any?
yes, sir, there is one question. Sir, there was recently this pager blast in Israel.
Yeah.
So there is a supply chain disruption sort of issue that has came up. So, sir, I have seen certain of my friends who are in army. They use Bluetooth earphones and things like that, which are manufactured in China. Phones are manufactured in China, and people employed in Indian army, sir, they use this technology. That
So we'll talk about it. You know.